What up, homeboys? I got very lucky on my first Blackwing lair, and I will tell you how to get the warrior shield, because they finally found it and it is really awesome. And this is the shield that you get. This is Suzerain, defender of the Dragonflights. It looks like Spyro the Dragon, but we're gonna have to ignore that because I complain about it every single video. This shield is very likely to be the best shield in the game. Why is that? Well, it has 10 defense, so that's good attack power. It has block value, which is good for your shield slam. People forget about that, that's still damage. It works as an Onyxia cloak, so you don't have to wear your Onyxia cloak, you can wear your real cloak, and that's more stats that you get indirectly, right? Because you don't have to sacrifice an item slot anymore, so that's really good. And here's the thing that will make it best in slot forever. You reduce spell damage taken by 50%. That's gonna be the most crazy defensive cooldown that you can get from an item. Life-giving gem is nothing compared to this. In what scenario is this not an insane bonus? Also, if you're fighting Belstras, Firemo, Ebon Rock, Flame Gore, or Nefarian, if you pop this cooldown and then you get hit by their breath, you get 30% more damage. So it is also an insane threat stat if you can use it in Blackwing Lair. Even if you couldn't, it's still an insanely broken shield. So as you can imagine, everybody wants to get it. So let's get over how you get it. Sadly, I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow to go kill Nefarian and finish the quest, because that guy always gets me. Ebon Rock is like my Achilles heel. I suck at that boss, I swear. But it's actually good because that gave me the chance of doing the quest. So little tip here, if you kill Belstras and then you get stuck and you do it the next day, you can in the same lockout get the shield. You cannot do it in one lockout if you get it. That kinda sucks. But yes, let's talk about it. I will try to sprinkle in some of my raid footage while we get this. This is the quest item that starts the whole thing, and he drops from Belstras, and it is kind of a low drop rate, so we got a little lucky here. It is like a 30%, 20%. It is not fully known yet because small sample. And keep in mind, they had 2 prot warriors in the raid, so like I had to win the roll against that guy too, so it's double lucky. There was a bug that if you got this item and you loot trade, because you can trade loot right in raid, if you loot traded to the other warrior, he could also pick up the quest and you could both do it. But sadly, we did the raid a day after they did it, so that kinda sucked, because that way we could have both got it. But anyway, you get this disc, you win it, you get the thing, you start the quest, and you gotta go to the Badlands. There is this homeless guy living in the middle of the Badlands. His name is Garek. He's like a dragon in disguise or something like that. But you basically go there and you spam like a text. There's like a 20-page dialogue he's gonna do to you, so you spam everything until you get the next follow-up. You gotta talk to him, turn it in, spam the text, and then you get a follow-up to him eventually. And this guy is also gonna send you to another homeless guy in the middle of nowhere, because the follow-up quest is gonna take you to Green Batol. Green Batol is in the wetlands. Little bit of trivia, Green Batol was supposed to be a raid at one point in classic development, but you see the question mark right there. You gotta go all the way around the loop, and then you get inside Green Batol. Now there's a really cool thing about this quest. They give you a trinket that you can put on yourself, and that will turn you into friendly to the dragon people stuff. So you can just walk through the whole thing without having to kill anything. That's pretty cool. They are all friendly to you. But you gotta go to this homeless guy that is bugging out all the time, which is Riosus. He's right there. I will put some footage in. At one point we had like a ghost dragon come in, kill a squirrel and disappear. I don't know. I think I am haunting the game with my presence or something. But essentially you once again talk to him. You gotta spam the dialogue button over and over again. And this guy is gonna give you a follow-up, and this is where the neat trick comes in that I wanted to make this video, because a lot of people are confused, and there is a lot of people that are not having an easy time doing this whole thing, because it was bugged until I believe late yesterday. The whole quest was bugged at this point because Blizzard. But essentially this guy is gonna tell you to go to Nefarian, that he's gonna give you this item, Dragon Tooth Blade, and when Nefarian gets low, you can use this item to skin him while he's alive. Isn't that weird? And then you get your Black Dragon Scale. You get a scale from Nefarian, and that's the objective of this quest. Now this thing is a little complicated, especially if you're a prot warrior, because as you guys know, the class Colo, the warrior can kill you, so you kinda gotta set up your raid in a way so people like some guy is gonna pick it up from you, so you can calmly to this thing because it's a 2.5 second cast. As you guys know, if you're casting, you cannot block, you cannot dodge, you cannot nothing, so you're gonna get one clapped. You can't have aggro on Nefarian while you're doing this. But if you use this item, the Dragon Tooth Blade, he's gonna drop the scale. Now, here's the trick I wanted to show you guys, and this is something that I've been pondering about. This is a casted ability that you do with the item, yes, but it is not on the global cooldown, and that's very, very important. Because you can take this little line, I'm gonna put it here, let me show you, /use Dragon Tooth Blade, okay? If you put this at the very top of your macro, on top of start attack, okay? I will make a little example of what a macro usually looks like. Let's say, for example, this is your Thunder Armor macro, very common macro. If you macro Dragon Tooth Blade on top of everything else, you can still use the macro normally, even the tooltip is gonna work fine, but you are guaranteed that eventually you're gonna start casting it whenever you're able to. And if you are not able to cast it, it will not go through, because it's not on the GCD. So what you gotta do is put this macro in every single part of your rotation. You got a Thunder Armor macro, a Shield Slam macro, a Thunderclap macro, whatever the hell, you put it on everything. And that way, eventually, when Nefarian gets low enough, it's gonna go through. Now, here's the problem, okay? Apparently, the cast can get interrupted if you do an ability in the middle of it, and it is a long cast, it is 2.5 seconds, so you're still gonna have to realize, oh, I started casting it, that means I can go now, and you gotta stop everything you're doing and just click it off your backs or put it on your bars or something like that. You're still gonna have to manually click it. This is just to essentially warn you that you can do it, basically, because we don't know exactly the percentage or the conditions where you can use it. You just at some point can use it, and this is the best way to not forget, because it would suck if you just kill Nefarian and you forget to use it, so you gotta wait another week. I don't know why you just don't make it so you kill Nefarian and you skin the corpse. That makes a lot more sense. Or just make him drop the item outright. I mean, like, this is like a lot of trouble for just getting a stupid scale. I don't think the quest is gonna be less epic if you get the scale after killing Nefarian. You still kill the boss, right? But yes, this is a bit of a workaround. I'm gonna put this macro in the Discord, in the Warrior channel, just so you can copy it if you like. You should make one of these for every ability. But this should be a good workaround to make sure you get it through this lockout or the next lockout. And also, as I described to you, you gotta kill Velstras to get the quest item, and then you gotta do like a bit of talking. It takes you like 20-30 minutes to do the quest. That's what it took me to go to Wastelands and stuff. So you cannot do it in the middle of the raid, and that really sucks. So if you do get it and you can get somebody to fill in for you for a while so you can do it in the same lockout, that's kinda cool. That could work. I don't know if your raid leader is gonna like that, but that's something you can try to do. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait for 2 lockouts to get your stupid shield. And this is how you get your Suzerain Defender of the Dragonflights. I can't wait for tomorrow to actually get it. Hopefully I don't mess it up. But tell me, did you get it yet? Because that would be really neat if you can get the item. Subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.